Sure, please.
I just need some concept clarity from you.
Sure.
Like if you're saying veganism, giving certain conditions, then is it the same like racism, speciesism, whichever you told? So it is the same. My concept is like you said, like animals feel the pain. Animals feel the pain, plants don't feel the pain because they don't have an organ.
Nervous system.
Brain.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I am from Kerala. There are so many rubber plantations, and I believe like in the morning when the sun rises, it rises for all the species, all the animals, all the plants. Okay. So morning 3 o'clock, people are coming there, peeling the skin of a plant, getting the rubber latex, and we say that is latex. And when I cut myself, I say bleeding. So is it right? No.
Yes, no, I don't agree with you.
It is not like if you are not able to understand, their way of thinking.
Whose way of thinking?
Because plants are also living beings. Like they satisfy every single conditions to be.
Of course, they are living. They have all the 7 or 8 conditions. I understand of that. No, but you're saying, how do we know what they think was your statement, right? So I am telling you, thought, cognition happens in the brain. Without brain or a living brain, there is no thought or cognition. So when you use the word, what do they think? That doesn't make sense here.
Sir, you say brain, thinking, emotions, and everything, but I say brain is just an organ where the chemical senses go on. Like
right, exactly.
So if I go for like in the forest, there is a phenomenon where if giraffe or any plant, any animal go and eat the leaves of a plant, it gives some chemo signals to other plants.
Yes.
Okay, and they will be producing some toxic chemicals in their leaves,
right,
so that they don't eat.
Right.
And they cytotoxins, and they don't eat and they sustain. They are also like surviving.
Yes.
Okay. So that is the way of communication they have.
Right.
So that is also that they also have the brain, but the brain is not defined as a structure.
No, they don't have a brain. They don't have a brain. They have other mechanisms through which they can communicate. They can communicate by passing chemical signals, and I am not denying any of that. Take even this right now. Your heart is actually a living organ, but your heart is not sentient. Your stomach is a living organ. Your stomach is not sentient. The only reason it can feel right now is because it's connected to a brain, then to the organ. If this is not there, none of this matters. None of this works. Everything happens over here in your brain. Scientifically speaking, biologically speaking.
So that's what I'm saying.
And one more thing. If you notice in the...
It's the same way as ants.
So what I'm saying is like you said, like we have to, like when we were all seeing that video, when they were cutting the animals, we saw the blood.
Yes.
And we felt the pain.
Right.
Why? Because when I see
you
the
can
red
connect.
color,
You can connect with it. Yeah.
When I see the red color, I feel the pain because that animal is also coming in the animal kingdom,
right,
where like we all have the same nervous system, same mechanism over.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the reason why. So if I say I don't have to kill animals, I will go and hunt another kingdom, that is like plantain.
Yes.
Isn't this I am making a group, like I am doing speciesism to like my system should prevail, and like plantain I can do anything. And one more thing, like you said, like animal insemination. So these things we are also doing with the plants, whereas we are doing gene gun technologies to implement more.
Can I speak? See, I got your point. Basically, you're comparing animals and plants as the same, whereas I am arguing that they're not the same at all biologically. Now, here's one question I want to ask you to make you understand this better. Imagine right now in front of me here, I had 2 human beings. One who is a dead human being, a corpse, and another who is living. I took kerosene and I was putting on both the humans, and I took a lighter, and I told you, pick which human it's okay to burn. Whom would you pick?
No, I didn't get the clarity.
Okay, first question to you. Do you believe in human rights?
Yeah.
All humans are equal? All of us? Okay. 2 humans are here right now, okay? There are 2 humans. One is alive and one is dead. And I am pouring kerosene on both. And if I took a lighter right now and told you, bro, which person can I burn? The dead person or the live person? Which will you pick?
Of course the dead person.
But he's also human. Don't you believe in human rights? How can you burn a human being?
Okay. So, if the human rights, where, as you said, I am burning the dead person so that the process become faster.
But he's a human.
He is already dead.
But he's human.
Decomposition is already on the way.
But he
so
is
we
human.
are understanding.
But so exactly, now we are speaking science. Now we are speaking science decompose. So that similarly, I'm saying in science, if plant and animal is there is no comparison. One does not have the ability to sense and feel pain and suffering, whereas the other does. You understand the difference between burning a live human being and a dead human being because you know the difference between that one can suffer and feel pain, whereas the other cannot. The same thing goes for plants. One can suffer, one cannot. Just because you told me I can burn the dead human being doesn't mean that right now you are against humans' rights. Doesn't make you a racist. Similarly, just because I am saying we can eat plants doesn't make me a speciesist. There's a complete difference. Both are completely different life forms.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you said, veganism, it's also a kind of discrimination only like we are doing. We are doing this for the reason like we...
But you also do discrimination right now with that example. You're choosing the dead over the living. That's discrimination. Why? Why are you discriminating? Well, I'm asking you, you right now told me I can burn the dead person but not the living. That is discrimination.
Sir, you are asking like, will I burn a dead person?
Or a living? Yes.
So that, like, we will burn the dead person.
Why?
So,
discrimination.
Discrimination.
Huh.
So how can it be a discrimination when like I am not against any right of that person?
Similarly,
Like we have, as a human beings, we are a social being and we have made certain rights for us. Okay, so if you go for like nature, if you go for animals and all, they also have a like protocol, they also have a hierarchy of living, they also have a...
see, you are combining two different subjects right now. You are combining biology with politics. Rights is the human construct. Rights and laws are decided by human beings, not by animals. You are now confusing biology with, you're saying we humans deserve rights. That comes not under biology. I'm comparing only about
laws of any human being. I'm comparing the laws of like nature.
There is no law of nature. That's just the way we humans perceive and understand it. Laws exist. By law, you mean rules. There are rules in nature. Yeah, how the universe functions. Yes, I agree. But what I'm trying to say, a simple thing is, because we don't have much time, we have to close it, I believe, right now. Yeah, one last statement. The point is that both are completely different life forms. You're making a biological error. You are scientifically wrong, is what I'm saying to you. You are wrong. Like how if you say to me, right, if we go outside right now, will I see the moon or will I see the sun? What is outside right now? Moon or sun? Moon. But you are saying sun. When you say plants and animals are comparing, you are saying outside. You're just biologically completely wrong. You can go up online, take some time to learn about biology. So
please elaborate like how I am biological.
Because you're comparing a sentient life form, which is capable of having a brain, a nervous system, and feeling. It can see, it can hear, smell, touch, everything. A plant cannot. Bro. I'm talking. You have to listen to me now. So plant cannot do any of that. You're comparing them both as the same. You're saying plucking a rubber tree and pulling out the sap. That is not the same as pulling off our skin. It's not the same. You are making a biological error. You can ask any botanist or biologist. You're making an error here. Scientifically wrong.
I am just asking you. You said like certain conditions. Okay. So when...
Go ahead. I'm sorry, but we have to...
It's fine.